The vines are providing lovely sort of sense of place, and importantly for us, a real taste of North Canterbury. So we're telling a very unique and particular story. I'm Dom Maxwell, the winemaker at Greystone Wines. I've been here since the vines were first planted, and Greystone Vineyard is situated in the Omahi part of Waipara Valley. Waipara Valley is a part of North Canterbury. We're about 45 minutes north of Christchurch, so pretty close to the east coast on the South Island. Greystone started old sheep farm in the year 2000. It was purchased by the Thomas family with a vision to make great Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. It was quite a simple vision, but it was something they really believed in. So the property was purchased in 2000 and planting began in 2004. It's a diverse property. It's hillside. There's a number of different blocks and soil types. And what that brings to the wine is depth and complexity and the ability to express these unique soils, aspects. At Greystone was a big part of why the vineyard was planted. Alongside Pinot and Chardonnay, we've planted a number of other cool climate varieties: Pinot Gris, Riesling, Gewürztraminer, and Sauvignon Blanc. And the idea really with these wines is to make textural wines, wines that express the place, but that also have a unique Greystone fingerprint, if you like. So wines that are fermented in barrel, given time on lees, really help to build texture and breadth to the palate. We believe these are wines that pair well with food and give the opportunity for these wines to travel, to get out into the world and to be matched with food around the world. So it was really this vision that the Thomas family had, and like anything in the wine world, it's taken a long time to get there. Certain varieties find their feet quite quickly, certainly aromatics have for us. And then Chardonnay and Pinot Noir just took a number of years really to bed in on the hillsides in order to start giving the real tension and texture and flavours that we really adore from this site. So now the vines are over 20 years old, really well established in our organic practices in the vineyard and providing lovely sort of sense of place. And importantly for us, a real taste of North Canterbury. We're in a small region, it's only 2% of New Zealand's wine, and New Zealand is a small country wine-wise. So we're telling a very unique and particular story. South Island is a relatively cool grape growing area, gives us cool nights, but in summer can give us some pretty warm days. So it's this combination of clean, fresh air from the maritime influence and those cool nights that really helps to give us that freshness and length on the palate. This is a small but relatively diverse region. As you come into the valley, there's gravel soils. As you come further up into the valley, there's clay, especially as you start to go into the hillsides. And at the top of the hillsides, you start to get into sandstone and limestone. Greystone is situated on the hillside. We were predominantly clay and clay with limestone and sandstone. So beautiful soil mix for the varieties we grow. Yeah, so these soils really impart beautiful textures to the wine. Clay gives us lovely texture and breadth on the palate, and really quite a warming sort of spice to the palate as well. And limestone just gives us this incredible length, this palate that just carries on for a long time, and real ageability because of that. And the blocks on sandstone or sandstone with clay really help to give a lovely elevated aromatic lift. So yeah, it's taken us a while to fully understand what these soils bring to the wines as the vines have started to age, but they bring some incredible characters to the wines. We grow a few other varieties on the vineyard as well. Everything is estate grown, so we grow our own fruit organically. Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Gris and Riesling are three main aromatic varieties. And really, like Pinot Noir and Chardonnay, we see those varieties as ways to express the soil and the climate we have here. Sauvignon for us is predominantly planted on clay soil, so it gives this lovely texture, this lovely breadth across the palate and weight. We barrel ferment it, it's wild fermented, so again it just adds more layers to the palate. So quite a unique take on New Zealand Sauvignon, certainly not something you would see every day from New Zealand, but it's an alternative Sauvignon style that just gives lovely palate weight and accompaniment to food. Our Pinot Gris, similar, so it's also on clay soils. We crop both of these quite low. Again, that's good for the texture of the wine. The Gris, we use a barrel component, again, just for some layers and some interest. But I think because it's grown on clay soils, you get this natural concentration and depth to the fruit, which allows us to perhaps be a little bit more hands-off and nurture the wine through rather than to force the wine. Riesling for us, we actually grow on a number of different blocks on the property, some on clay, but also 2 on limestone. And I think whites on limestone are just incredible, that beautiful long poised nature on the palate, and Riesling has an amazing ability to express sight. Our Riesling is a combination of clay and limestone soils, really expressing the Greystone vineyard. We have 50 hectares of estate grown fruit across our vineyard. Pinot Noir is our main variety, almost 50%. We also have quite a lot of Chardonnay, Pinot Gris, Sauvignon Blanc and Riesling. They all make up roughly 10% of our plantings. After about 20 years of growing these varieties and making these wines, we can now see there's amazing potential for these. And with these vines established, firmly established in the ground, they're starting to really show that potential. That's been quite a unique thing, is watching those vines mature and we've seen a real evolution with these wines as the vines have got older. Certainly an increase of texture, fruit weight, and generosity on the palate, but also the opportunity for these wines to be laid down and to age well and to go well with food. I think one of the things we've seen over time is these wines become just a little bit more naturally complex. Apart from being just genuinely fruit-driven wines, they've now evolved into a much more sort of complex expression of sight, and I think these varieties have found their natural home here at Greystone in North Canterbury. We've got a wonderful team here at Greystone, a team of really dedicated people across the board, people who love doing what they do, working in the vineyard, working in the winery, on our bottling line, and all the support that goes with that as well, and people that are genuinely excited still after a number of years to be working with such an amazing site with organic fruit and wines that have an ability to really give people a lot of enjoyment. Every year at the end of vintage at Greystone, interns who come from 5 or 6 countries around the world express what the season has meant for them, what the vintage has meant for them here at Greystone. They all sign a barrel, which is really cool. So it gives them an opportunity just to leave their mark here at Greystone that we have forever.